Coffee and Headlines is brought to you by the generous support of our viewers and the following community partners: Best Cord Cutting TV, Bravo's Restaurant Bar, Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork, Puerto Vallarta Neurofeedback, Puerto Vallarta Owners Reps, Oculto, and Siam Cocina Time. Thank you for your support, and thank you for supporting our community partners. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at all kinds of news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, and suggestions. We combine all this information, put it to good use as a community of English-speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta. How is everybody today? Today is October 12th, and it's a Saturday. And it's a beautiful day. Let's do Chicago today. And that's enough because we don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend. And I hope you have all kinds of fun activities planned for yourselves. I am going to have a lovely weekend, if I may say so. I'm really excited because I'm going to go spend some quality time with my mountain friends. So I'm very excited about that. Do let me know in your comments what you're up to this weekend. If you are getting closer to your return to Puerto Vallarta, to Guadalajara. I've been thinking about Guadalajara or morning because a day from tomorrow, we are going to enjoy the symphony in Guadalajara. I am so excited because it's works that I'm not familiar with. Well, one of them I am, Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony, but there's this harp concerto. I don't think I've ever been to a harp concerto before, so I'm excited about that. But enough about me. Let us get on with the news. As always, if you have something interesting to share with everyone, please add a capital letter Q to it. We'll be happy to bring it up on the screen. And if you are watching live for the first time, please feel free to let us know by adding a capital letter N to your comment, and we'll give you a nice little happy welcome. On with the news. The Guadalupe Church is celebrating its 103rd birthday this weekend. The actual anniversary is today. The church has been organizing a series of fundraising breakfasts to finish repairs on its cupola, which is currently undergoing restoration and repairs. But there will be a series of interesting events going on today and tomorrow. If you want to read more about those, you can learn the details in this article that I'm referencing here. Two Japanese vessels, the Kashima and the Shimakaze, have docked in Puerto Vallarta's maritime terminal and are available for visiting today from 10 to 11:30 in the morning, and also this afternoon from 1 to 3:30 p.m. Additional visiting hours are available tomorrow and indicated in the news item that I'm sharing with you today. And look who's back. Mayor Luis Munguia has announced that the tradition of the Giant Day of the Dead Catrina will continue, so you can expect the usual merriment along the Malecón as we get closer to Day of the Dead, which of course is on November 2nd. Now, a concern for the city is the fact that the improvements along San Salvador Street in Colonia Cinco de Diciembre, this is the street that connects the Cinco de Diciembre cemetery with our main access avenue. The improvements are not finished yet. So just in case it is not concluded in time, city officials are now contemplating an alternate, my mouth just tripped on alternate route, just in case. I was doing so well, and then all of a sudden, I should say that I've been riding the bus back and forth through the city, and every time I go by San Salvador Street, bleh, I I always look to the right to see how the street is coming along, and it looks really beautiful. It's almost ready for a walking tour, but not yet. Hopefully, the street will be concluded by the time Day of the Dead arrives. And this is an update. You may recall that a few weeks ago we reported that sections of the roof at the iconic El Parian building in Tlaquepaque collapsed due to heavy rain. While authorities have found that the rest of the building is in sound condition, one of the four sections does need to be demolished due to structural problems. Now, this is only bad news for some of the restaurants or the portions of the restaurants that are in that particular area. I am sure they'll work hard to give employment to some of the staff while this is taking place. But the good news, while this is happening, the rest of the building and the central courtyard can be used without a problem. For those of you that are not familiar with Tlaquepaque in the Guadalajara metropolitan area, a stop at El Parian, the largest restaurant bar, it's an entire block, is totally worthwhile. They have dancers, folkloric dancers, and live mariachi at certain times of the day. So this is a most definite stop if you want to go to Guadalajara and you have, say, an afternoon to spare and you want to wander up and down the beautiful streets of Tlaquepaque. Now let's take a look at this.
Join us as we honor the extraordinary life and musical achievements of Carole King, one of the most influential songwriters and performers of our time. From her early work in the Brill Building, where she penned hit songs for some of the biggest stars, to her solo career that produced a timeless album, Tapestry, we will explore the milestones that have shaped her remarkable journey. Discover the soulful threads that weave through her songs, her activism, and her enduring influence on music today. Relax in air-conditioned comfort as we celebrate the genius of Carole King, an artist whose tapestry continues to inspire generations. As always, the meeting is at the Joint Boutique Hotel and Cowork on Thursday, October 24 at 5 p.m. See you there, and thanks for sharing.
Oh, yes, I've been listening to Tapestry and other music by Carole King nonstop. I am so excited about this music presentation, but more on that later. Right now, we are looking at our weather forecast. The sun is a totally overrated clown, says our snarky weatherman today. Right now, we are enjoying 29 degrees Celsius. Humidity is low, low at 70%. And our forecast for today indicates clear skies in the morning with partly cloudy skies in the afternoon. A very low chance of rain, only 5%, a high temperature of 32, and a low of 25. Then tomorrow, Sunday, will be a humid day with mostly clear skies, a chance of rain of 28%, a high of 32, and a low of 24. Finally, Monday, we will enjoy clear skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 36%, a high of 32, and a low of 23. And that is the weather. And now I have a couple of other things that I wish to share with you, starting with La Presidenta Claudia Sheinbaum, recently posed for her official portrait. And this article features a sweet behind-the-scenes video of the photo shoot. You know, I just get giddy thinking about the fact that Mexico has a woman president, and I really hope she delivers on all her promises. I like her a lot, and some people do, some people don't. That's okay, but I'm giddy about Presidenta Sheinbaum, I should say. Now, speaking of Mexico City, the now traditional Day of the Dead parade in Mexico City is back. and it will take place on November 2nd. It is worth recalling that this is a fairly new tradition. It only dates back to 2016. How did it come about? Well, the parade was somewhat imposed by Hollywood when a James Bond film was being shot in Mexico City in the middle of a staged Day of the Dead parade. And after the movie was premiered, there were so many inquiries, so many people wanting to know what was going to be the date for next year's parade, that Mexico City was left with no choice but to start having a Day of the Dead parade. And I have never been present for it, but from the photos that I have seen, it is a totally stunning parade. So if you find yourselves in Mexico City for Day of the Dead, you may want to go out and have a look. More news about Mexico. The Consumer Protection Bureau, or PROFECO, once again has chimed in with a Mexican wine recommendation. This time, the nod is for the Lacheto Cabernet Sauvignon, which sells for 195 pesos. This wine stood out of a group of 19 different brands that were tested. I have tried it. It is delish, but personally, I like their Petit Syrah a little better. And last but not least, in case you are one of the few or one of the many that is wondering, when is Ikea going to open its doors in Guadalajara? Well, things seem to be moving right along. There is no official opening date, but the last we heard is that it was going to be open by December. And there you have it. There you have it. Let us take a look at your comments and see what you're up to this weekend. Okay, let's see what we have. I am so wired for the weekend that I'm going really fast. I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my God, it's only 10:43. Let's see. We have good mornings all around. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Liz, I got your question and I owe you an answer. Karen, I got your email and I owe you an answer, but I'm lighting candles. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Jim, my new friend Jim is coming back in 17 days. I love Jim. I love you, Jim. You know that, but the reason. No, I'm not gonna repeat the story because it's gonna get old. But I love you, and I am so happy that you're coming back. Jim says, looking forward to learning about Dia de los Muertos on the 29th and experiencing the holiday for the first time. Oh, that is so awesome. I love it. This is wonderful. And then we have news from Christy. Christy, I hope you're doing well. I see you and Fred are off later to spend the day with our dear friend Lucy Muniz. Lucy used to have a store here in Puerto Vallarta. She, along with her husband Gil Gevins, who's a very funny writer, had this Mexican arts and crafts store called Lucy's Cuckoo Cabana on Basilio Vadillo. Please give them my best because they are sweet, sweet friends. Let's see what else we have. Dan and Kathy are starting to pack for their return to Vallarta. That is super awesome. Oh, how sweet. How am I today? Well, Deb, thank you for asking. I am doing really good. Things are falling in place for this week, which is very exciting for me because on Friday I am sneaking away again to Guadalajara for a double whammy. On Saturday, we're going to watch the Met broadcast of a new opera called Grounded, which tells the story of a woman drone pilot for the U.S. Navy, or the U.S. Air Force, I suppose, and the conflicts that she has sitting at her office or her place of employment, um, piloting remote drones that are killing people. And so I'm excited about the subject matter. And then, of course, that is a week from today. At about this time, I will be reaching the hall. And then tomorrow, the matinee with the Jalisco Philharmonic features Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony and Alberto Ginastera's harp and orchestra concerto, which is fascinating. So that's my very long answer to how I'm doing today. Things are falling into place for this trip, so I'm giddy. I am giddy and grateful for the opportunity to save my pesitos and be able to escape and nurture myself with some culture every now and then. Again, Deb, thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Let's see. Glenn. Oh, it has happened. Oh my goodness. I know that this has been on your radar, the taking over your new condo. I am so happy for you, Glenn. Good to hear. Thank you so much for the update. I love it. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Ronald has good news. Purchased my airfare for my annual return to Puerto Vallarta. It was cheaper than last year. That is great news. And let me acknowledge right now that it was Spencer who kindly and generously decided to sponsor a few extra memberships for the International Friendship Club. And even Spencer even said, let's challenge other members of the cluster to see if anybody else wants to sponsor some memberships. I don't know how I feel about pressuring people to donate because I don't know. I'm just grateful that you did, Spencer. I need to speak with Peggy and her staff to figure out what the logistics will be. And as I mentioned yesterday or the day before, we will have a membership giveaway within the next 2 weeks, I imagine. Let's see what else. Oh, a nice update from John. Tickets on sale now for Beware the House on Haunted Hill. Check out the Teatro Sin Borders site for info and show dates. Only 250 pesos. My goodness, that's less expensive than my music appreciation presentations. But I'm sure you'll laugh a lot more if you go. Again, this is the latest production from Teatro Sin Borders, the new community theater company here in Puerto Vallarta. I went to their show last year and laughed my butt off. Let's see what else. Yay! Carmen reminds us that she's going to join us for the spotlight on Wednesday along with somebody from Monzon. So it'll be a lot of fun. We'll talk beer, we'll talk Mexican food, we'll talk Day of the Dead. How can anything go wrong? I love it. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you for that, Pamela. So good to see you. The Mexican composer's presentation Thursday was so enlightening and fun. You really should be teaching music appreciation. You have such good insights. Well, I thought I was teaching music appreciation every time I do my presentations. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's what we do. We just share. And as far as I'm concerned, you've been my partner and student, and I do consider myself a teacher, I suppose. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, Dan is looking forward, and Kathy are looking forward to Carole King. Karen, it would like to see it, but rest assured, Karen, I will record it, and sooner or later, I'll get around to editing the 3 or 4 latest music appreciation presentations that I haven't edited yet. Let's see. Muffin. Whoever said Paco, the Coffee and Headlines doesn't answer your burning questions? Just reading this morning's synopsis explained that group of 20 Japanese men that I came across yesterday jogging in unison down the bike lane. Oh, that must have been a sexy sight. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Ba-dum, bum, bum. We appreciate your wine tasting notes. Oh, thank you for that. I always love to talk wine because I love my wine. I really do. Joey, I haven't seen you and Isaac in forever. I hope you are doing great. These are, of course, Jose Ramon Martinez and his partner Isaac, who do the Gay Guy Vallarta. Um, I hope you guys are doing well. How nice to see your name. I send you a big hug. Let's see what else. Not even in my wildest dreams did I ever imagine a female president in Mexico. I wish her all the best. May God help her and guide her. Right? I am so excited. So totally excited. Um Oh, and thank you for that. Dale, I missed the first part. The Japanese and Mexican Navy Orchestra will be playing today at Los Arcos del Malecón at 5 p.m. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Do. Let's see what else we have. You will be in Guadalajara when the Day of the Dead market is on. That is correct, Dale. And it will be so tempting to go. But of course, I'm being tight with my expenditures. I am saving money. So I don't know that I'm going to buy any chingaderas this time around. But I'm excited. I'm excited. I may go. Let's see. Hey, you need to share. I like looking at men too. Well, I'm not Japanese, so you cannot look at me. But you can look at me, anyone. Never mind. That was so silly. Never mind. I think, speaking of silly, it's time to stop being silly and it's time to wrap this up. Thank you so much for another awesome week. You make it possible with your questions, with your great energy, with your contributions, with your subscriptions, your clicks, your likes, your forwards. You keep the good vibe happening, and I'm very grateful for that. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you again on Monday morning. Take care.